Hello everyone, Tim here. I just got back from a trip to Boston. I've never actually been to Boston before, but we stopped in for basically a one-day trip. We only slept over Saturday night, but we drove in super early Saturday for a print convention called Mass Minicon. If you guys already know, I'm a big poster guy, really big into the alternative movie posters, and that's what this convention was all about. But we made some other stops first because the con didn't open until 12 and we got there about 7:30, so I had some time to kill to see the Boston area in a very small amount of time. But we made a few other stops though first, so we'll dive into those and then dive into how I felt about the con. I had a great day, so that's a spoiler warning. There is no negativity here. I had a blast, but let's dive into this. So we got into the city about like 7:30 in the morning ballpark, and being that early, we made it right to Boston Commons as our first stop. Boston Commons has the Robin Williams Goodwill Hunting Bench. That's where we went. It was a little hard to find. I had to kind of seek it out. It's not marked as easily, but we eventually found it. We got some cool pictures with the bench. You will see more filming location type stuff on this channel because I find that stuff kind of fascinating. I love to see where movies are filmed, and this scene in Goodwill Hunting is just iconic. So it was cool to sit on a bench that Robin Williams sat on. That was pretty awesome. Then after that, we traveled to a bookstore pretty much, I want to say it was like a half mile away. It was super close. It was called Brattle Bookshop. It was this kind of quaint little bookstore that was like mostly or all used books with an outside shopping section and an inside. The outside section was shown in the movie The Holdovers, which is also a great freaking movie as well. So yeah, I got a little bit of footage here of the outside section, and this was shown in The Holdovers. Love that movie. And I did grab a couple of things from Brattle, and because I'm doing this in kind of a just walking through the day, may as well just show this now. So I got this great book of the films of Barbara Stanwyck, just basically her filmography in book form, which is cool. Barbara Stanwyck doesn't have enough love. She's great. She was great. So definitely, that was a definite pickup. Then we got The Nun Story. That's awesome. And it has the whole little blurb about now a movie with Audrey Hepburn. We've got this Buffy the Vampire Slayer book based off of the movie Buffy the Vampire Slayer pre-TV show. That's really cool. And then the book for Frenzy, which is soon to be an Alfred Hitchcock suspense movie. This is pre-Frenzy coming out as well. So that's really cool. Quaint little cool bookstore, and also in The Holdovers. Next up on our little adventure, we wanted to drive and see Fenway. I'm not a baseball person in the slightest, but it's freaking Fenway Park. So I just thought it would be awesome to see it. Is it the oldest baseball park? I think. It's awesome. It's so iconic looking. Most baseball, football stadiums, all that stuff are like these little, encapsulated, surrounded by parking lot type of areas. And it's just cool to see like such an iconic ball field just smack dab in the city. You can just walk right next to it. There's shops right around it. I think that's pretty awesome. We walked by a couple of sections. I think this one section shown here is the section from the town. I think it looks like it. I mean, the town was filmed partially at Fenway, so I walked by the filming locations for the town. I think this specific spot matches this specific picture. I think. You could let me know. It looks like it, though. And now we are to the con. The entire reason we went. There used to be this thing called MondoCon years ago. I fortunately never got a chance to go to it. Then, COVID happened, shut that down. And the whole community hasn't had something for several years. And then last year, some great people in the community have put together another con as kind of almost a replacement type deal. and it was a little bit smaller scale last year. This year, it was bigger, and then hopefully next year is even larger than that. But this year was great. I had so much fun. This is some of my absolute favorite artists, and I got to talk and just bullshit with them. It was great. I got to tell them how much I love their artwork, buy their artwork, and just have a good time. Like, talked with Matt Ryan Tobin, like, I don't know, 3-4 different times for a while. That guy is great. Sarah Deck was wonderful. C.A. Martin, Gary Pullen, J.C. Richards. I mean, the list goes on. Amazing people. They were awesome to their customers, and they had great artwork. And I'm going to show you pictures and stuff of all the artwork that I picked up. But if you're like their physical media guy and you're kind of wondering, like, you know, why do I care? Something that's pretty cool is a lot of these people are the artwork that you love on physical media. Like, physical media, the packaging is a big part for a lot of people. And, you know, something like that. You know, we have Sarah Deck artwork. She was at the convention. I picked up some of her art. I love her art. Also, Sarah Deck, that's hers as well. We have Matt Ryan Tobin here with Warm Bodies. We have Gary Pullen with Children of the Corn from Arrow. We have Matt Ryan Tobin again with this Quiet Place, which I had him sign. He was gracious enough to sign a copy. And the list goes on and on. There are many others that are in this community that create these amazing, you know, artwork and packaging that we know and love. When you realistically think about it, these didn't sell well. They didn't go over all that well because there's not a whole lot to them. I know what they were going for, but a lot of people in the community didn't really jive with these. And this is because, I mean, that's mostly blank. People didn't buy them because there wasn't much going on. It wasn't much for the artwork. And then that's what artists do. Artists create artwork. And a lot of the steelbooks that people do love are because of artists putting in blood, sweat, and tears. Well, maybe not blood, unless they nick themselves with the pen or something like that. But they're putting in time and effort into creating works of art for us to you know, love on steelbooks and all these different things, along with these wonderful posters. That stuff matters a lot. So I totally understand if the people that might not want to buy the posters themselves to stick on the walls, but these people create the stuff that you love. So many amazing Arrow box sets, Criterion artwork, steelbooks, etc., are created by these type of artists. Like, a lot of the community will know, like, Mexifunk, and Mexifunk is in this same type of realm. This is all like alternative movie artwork, and a lot of this stuff, the stuff I'm going to be showing too, it's all licensed stuff. It's not much different than, you know, well, this actually was a Mondo print first and then shoved onto the steelbook. But yeah, so yeah, these people, check them out. Please give them a follow. Even if you do not want to buy prints or anything like that, follow these people. You will see gorgeous artwork, fantastic artwork, and probably will be supplying artwork for steelbooks that you're going to be gushing over in the future. So before I get to showing you the prints that I picked up, here's a little bit of between B-roll footage and then some pictures from the different booths, just to give you an idea of what inside the con actually looked like. It was a pretty small building, but still plenty of room where we weren't bumping elbows with everybody. There was tons of room for people to talk to artists, talk to each other. So plenty spacious. And maybe next year ramps up even bigger and they're in a bigger spot. I don't know. But this was fantastic. The artist had big enough tables to bring tons of artwork with them. Lots of selection. It was wonderful. Like, I want to say no complaints. I wish there was an ATM in there, kinda, because a chunk of the artists could only do cash or like PayPal because a chunk of the artists are Canadian, and that is 1,000,000% like understandable, and I totally get that. I mentally should have brought cash, so I kind of wish there was an ATM, but I mean, past that little like almost nothing thing, I had so much fun. So much fun. Everyone was absolutely wonderful. It was just, everything was laid out great. I do wish Vinegar Syndrome showed up, darn it. I might have been able to buy some Blu-rays that they were not able to make it. Unfortunate. But I buy Vinegar Syndrome in different places. It's all good. It's all good. I didn't need them there. I was there to buy artwork, and artwork I did buy. So how about now I let some pictures roll across the screen and you can see some of the different prints. Well, not some. This is all of the different prints I picked up throughout the course of the con. Artists' names will be there. And yeah, I had so much fun. And I wish I could have bought from everyone. There was only a handful of artists I was not able to pick something up from at the time. But I will be placing an order. So like C.A. Martin, 2 of her main prints she had, I already have them on the wall here. I didn't need them. I was almost going to buy her Arrival, but we didn't get it there. But she has a Portrait of a Lady on Fire print that I will be picking up pretty soon. But anyways, yeah, the stuff I picked up at the con was just top-notch stuff, and a good chunk of this stuff is going right onto my wall. Like, immediately onto my wall. And then to kind of finish things up, we went back to the hotel after the con was done. We finished up the con. I said goodbye to Garrett, which, did I mention Garrett was there? Because Garrett was there. Born to be Rad. But anyway, said goodbye to him. I said temporarily goodbye to my buddy Nick and headed to the hotel. We just checked in, dropped our stuff down, took a little bit of a rest, a reprieve, and then we went to go to the Coolidge Theater. I almost was going to trip it up there. The Coolidge Theater for what was going to be a mystery movie put on by Mutant, which is so cool concept-wise. It's just exactly like it sounds. You're buying a ticket for a complete mystery of a movie. And I bought the ticket that included a poster with it. So it was going to be a mystery movie followed up by a mystery print to go with that movie, done by an artist that I wasn't sure who. Everything was a mystery. But we shopped around a little bit pre-going into the Coolidge, had some pizza, just kind of killed some time, bullshitting, having fun. We went into a bookstore there called the Brookline as well, which apparently American Fiction was filmed partially in as well. So there's another filming location thing. But anyways, we lined up outside the Coolidge. When it came time to go in, we sat, just kind of relaxed in this really nice looking vintage, like 1930s theater. It was super nice. And then when the screen went dark and it started playing, it was The Hateful Eight. I got to see The Hateful Eight in 35 millimeter. That was awesome. A lot of fun. Super long day because it was already, we woke up at 2 a.m. to get on the road for 3. And here we are at 9 p.m. about ready to start watching freaking Hateful Eight. Long night. But it was great watching that. And then at the end of the movie was the print reveal, which, of course, it is a Hateful Eight print by Mutant. And it is artist Martin Anson. Martin Anson's been around a long time, does great art. And I got another print. But, I finished up with, I don't even know how many prints as a whole, and I had a blast. So much fun. If anyone is ever interested in learning anything else about this hobby, message me on Instagram. I will be glad to help you out in any type of way. This stuff is a lot of fun. Movies take up space, posters take up space. So, like, I get there's only so much you have to work with, but nothing says when you collect this stuff, too, that it all needs to go on the wall immediately. I switch a lot of stuff out. So even if you start buying posters, it doesn't mean you need wall space for everything. You could have literally one frame up, and you could just switch out the occasional posters, and there's nothing saying you need a collection like I have that is probably borderline overboard. You don't need that, but it's fun. We love steelbooks because of the awesome artwork. We love a lot of the Arrow box sets because of, like, awesome artwork. This is awesome artwork. So I love this stuff so much. I have so much fun in this hobby. Cannot wait for next year. Thank you so much to everybody involved that put on Mass Minicon. Absolute blast of a time to be around a community of people that love this stuff so passionately that people flew from the other coast to come in for this little con. People flew across the country for this little con. That's how small, tight-knit, and amazing this community is. I loved it. Loved it, loved it, loved it, loved it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this interesting, insightful in any type of way. And again, if you are ever interested in learning anything more about this stuff, please give me a message. I will be thrilled to help you and talk about this stuff. So that is all I have. Thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.